Hello everyone. Today I will start with chapter 14, that is respiration in plants. In previous classes we understood how the photosynthesis takes place in green plants. Okay, photosynthesis is an anabolic process in which organic food molecules are synthesized in green plants from simpler substances like carbon dioxide and water with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll pigments. Here, oxygen is released as a byproduct photosynthesis that takes place in special apparatus, and that apparatus nothing but a chloroplast. And then we understood various aspects related to photosynthesis, including photosynthetic pigments and mechanism of photosynthesis. Again it is divided into light reaction and dark reaction and chemi-osmotic pathway, and we studied number of factors that affects the rate of photosynthesis. And then coming to the next chapter, respiration. Respiration means it is a catabolic process. Already we know the meaning of catabolic activity. It is one of the type of metabolism. Respiration, it is a catabolic process. It is a destructive process in which what happens, the glucose is broken down into simpler substances like carbon dioxide and water with the release of energy. Okay, here one equation is there. Just observe this equation here. Glucose plus oxygen then give rise to the carbon dioxide and water and the ATP. ATP nothing but a energy. Okay, here the glucose is break down into simpler substances like carbon dioxide and water, and with the help of oxygen. Okay, here the release of energy will be seen. Okay, this is regarding about definition of the respiration. Okay, the actual definition of this respiration is an biological oxidation of organic molecules like glucose into simpler inorganic compounds like carbon dioxide and water and ATP. Okay, already we observed in that equation. Okay, glucose is break down into simpler substances like carbon dioxide, water in the presence of oxygen or through a oxidation. There will be a release of energy. This is said to be respiration. Okay. So there is a two types of respirations are there. First one is aerobic respiration. Second one is anaerobic respiration. First one is aerobic respiration. Second one is anaerobic respiration. Let's discuss about aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, it can be defined as is a complete oxidation of glucose into simple substances like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration, it is a one of the kind of respiration. It is a complete oxidation of glucose into simple substances like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of oxygen, which releases the large amount of energy that takes place in almost all higher organisms, including higher plants and higher animals are having a aerobic type of respiration. Okay, then another one type, anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, it means partial oxidation or incomplete oxidation of glucose into simpler substances in the absence of oxygen. Okay, without oxygen the organisms will be survive. Okay, it is the release of small amount of energy. In case of anaerobic respiration, there is a release of little amount of energy, so that it takes place in only few organisms, nothing but some of microbes like that bacteria and yeast. Okay, again I will repeating the definition of respiration means it is an biological oxidation of organic molecules like glucose into simpler inorganic compounds like carbon dioxide and water and energy, nothing but a ATP. Okay, it can be divided into two types. First one is aerobic respiration, second one is anaerobic respiration. In case of aerobic respiration, here the complete oxidation of glucose will be seen. It will be divided into simple substances like carbon dioxide, water in the presence of oxygen with release of large amount of energy. Okay, it takes place in higher organisms. Okay, second one is anaerobic respiration. It means partial oxidation or incomplete oxidation of glucose into simpler substances in the absence of oxygen with release of little amount of energy, so that it takes place in only bacteria and yeast. Okay, next aerobic respiration, and here the substances which undergo oxidation that said to be respiratory substrates. Okay, the substances that undergoes oxidation, those are said to be respiratory substrate. Those respiratory substrates, it may be a glucose or it may be a fats or it may be a proteins. Okay, now let's understand the mechanism of aerobic respiration. Mechanism of aerobic respiration, that includes three steps. Aerobic respiration includes three steps. First one is glycolysis. Glycolysis. Second one is Krebs cycle. Third one, electron transport system. Electron transport system. Aerobic respiration, that includes three steps. First one is glycolysis. Second one is Krebs cycle. Third one is electron transport system. Okay. There are three steps. First is said to be glycolysis and second is said to be Krebs cycle, and it is also called as tricarboxylic acid cycle. Then third one is electron transport system. Okay, electron transport system. Now we'll study one by one. First, coming to the glycolysis. As the name itself indicates, glyco means glucose. Lysis means splitting. That means the glucose is breakdown into two molecules of pyruvic acid. It takes place in cytoplasm, in which a molecule of glucose is breakdown into two molecules of pyruvic acid. It doesn't require oxygen, so that it is considered as a anaerobic part of aerobic respiration. Clear? Now let's understand how the glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm. Okay, glycolysis also known as the EMP pathway. Glycolysis are also called as the EMP pathway. EMP means embedden, E means embedden, M means Meyerhof, and P means Paranas. Because of these scientists who identified this glycolysis, that's why they kept their name as a EMP pathway or glycolysis. Okay, definition of the glycolysis, already we know about the definition. Glycolysis means breakdown of the glucose molecules. Okay, now we'll understand one by one step. First step is glucose is phosphorylated. Just observe the schematic representation. Here the first product is glucose. The first product is glucose. Glucose that will be phosphorylated. Phosphorylated means the addition of phosphate group. Addition of phosphate group is called as phosphorylation. Here the glucose undergoes phosphorylation process, phosphorylated by ATP from to form glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate. That means glucose accepts the phosphate from ATP to form glucose 6-phosphate. This glucose 6-phosphate, it is an isomer. It is an isomer of fructose 6-phosphate. Okay. Already we know about the term isomer. Isomer means same, they are having same molecular formula but different in the structural formula. Now this fructose 6-phosphate again phosphorylated by ATP. Again phosphorylated by ATP to form fructose 1,6-diphosphate. Fructose 1,6-diphosphate. Then this fructose 1,6-phosphate is splits into two molecules. One is dihydroxyacetone phosphate and another one molecule phosphoglyceraldehyde. Phosphoglyceraldehyde, that is 3-PGA. 3-PGA means 3 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid. These are also isomers. From this 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is phosphorylated by phosphoric acid, at the same time dehydrogenates to form 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. Here pair of hydrogen is accepted by NAD plus, which is reduced to NADH plus and H plus. NAD means what? NAD, full form, the abbreviation of NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It is the abbreviation of the NAD. NAD, the hydrogen is accepted by NAD plus, which is reduced to the NADH plus and H plus. Now this 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid is converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-phosphoglycerate. And here a phosphate group is released. A phosphate group is released which is accepted by ADP, which is accepted by ADP by to form ATP. ADP converted into ATP. Okay, here adenine diphosphate is converted into adenine triphosphate. Then this 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. 2-phosphoglycerate. This 3-phosphoglycerate converted into 2-phosphoglycerate by splitting of phosphate phosphate from 3 carbon to the 2 carbon. Here 2-phosphoglyceric acid converts into phosphoenol pyruvate. Phosphoenol pyruvate. This will be removal of water. Removal of water. Last is this phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into pyruvic acid. Here the release of phosphate which is accepted by ADP to form ATP. From this 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde there will be a formation of one molecule of pyruvic acid, so that dihydrogenase acetone phosphate is isomerized to 3-phosphoglycerate. There will be a formation of another molecule of pyruvic acid, so as a result of this glucose is broken down into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid. Okay, here the net gain of ATP is 8 molecules. Here the 8 molecules of ATP will be gained during glycolysis. This is about glycolysis. This is about glycolysis. A molecule of glucose break down into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, and glucose is the end product. Okay, 8 ATP will be formed at the end of the glycolysis pathway. Next class we will discuss about another 2 steps of the aerobic respiration. Those are Krebs cycle and electron transport system. Thank you.